Hey there, and welcome to this week's episode of My Opinion On. So we are talking about euthanasia. I really hope I pronounced that right. It was suggested by Guitar Hero Addict. You probably know him. He suggested some videos. So yeah. So we're talking about euthanasia, which basically means merciful death or soft death. It's hard to really explain it, but it basically means that you help someone to die that's in pain, agony, misery, whatever. You help someone to die, or you give them the opportunity to help themselves to die. That's most of the time you do that because someone is terminal ill, or he is in so much pain that it's just unbearable, or it would be inhuman to let him live any longer with that kind of pain. Or if there's no way to save him, you just let them die instead of letting him suffer for a longer period of time. So for me, I am kind of on the pro side of euthanasia, and I think there is no country known to me that is where euthanasia is really legal. I think the Netherlands have some kind of form of euthanasia where they can actually do it, but I'm not quite sure how they do it, and I think they need to have some kind of legal consultant before they can do it. But for Germany, I'm 100% sure it's totally impossible. We don't have any kind of euthanasia, and I think that's because of the fact that the Nazis did a lot of that stuff back in the day, and that's why the term euthanasia isn't used in German at all. It's the correct term and it's right to use, but you basically don't use it because the Nazis used it, to wipe out Jews and other people they, thought that were genetically impure. So yeah, you don't use that word in German. You just say helping someone to die. There's a fancy German word for that. And we use that, and we don't have it here. As I said, it's not legal. You are not allowed to give someone something so he can take his life, and you are not allowed to, put him to death yourself. For example, if there's someone that has cancer, and let's say brain cancer, he has brain cancer, a huge tumor from the size of a basketball, I have no idea, and he is in pain, in incredible pain, and it's 100% sure that he will die. Of course, you give them pain medicine, some kind of pain pills, whatever, morphium or something, but most of the time that's just not enough. Sometimes you can't cure the pain that is caused by cancer. Sometimes it's just impossible. And I got this tumor in my leg, and he's hurting me too. And sometimes even the strongest pain medicine doesn't work at all. That seems just to be the thing with cancer or tumors in general. Sometimes it's just not possible to cure the pain. So for these people, well, you are 100% sure they will die. And I don't believe in miracle cures. They sometimes seem to happen, but it usually doesn't. So if it's just sure that they will die and they're just suffering, they're just lying around there and they suffer the whole time, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be allowed to help them to pass quicker. It would be easier for them, they wouldn't have to suffer, and it would be easier for their relatives. It's not easy to see someone suffer that much. I saw one or two persons or people in my life suffer that much, and it isn't pleasant. It isn't pleasant at all. It isn't even really bearable. You get nightmares after that. It's horrible. You don't want to see that. You don't want anyone in your life to suffer like that. That's something I wouldn't even want my worst enemy to experience. It's just not right. It's just not. There are so many forms of torture or punishment, whatever, but that is just, it's horrible. And the thing is, with animals, we have no problem of euthanasia at all. If your hamster, for example, gets sick, you don't treat him normally. Normally, you just go to the doctor, how's it called? The animal doctor, whatever. You just go to him and he will get them a fatal injection. They will sleep and bam, they're dead. That's just it. And it's easy. They don't have to suffer, and I think it's a good thing. They do the same thing with dogs and cats and cows and pigs and whatever. We do it with animals because we think it's not okay that we let them suffer if we have the ability to stop that suffering. So I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to do that with humans. If there is someone that's in so much pain or misery, then we should have the option to help him out of that and not force him maybe to take his own life just because he can't take it anymore. It's just wrong. And I think if you help someone that's in so much pain, your conscience isn't really, hurt by that. It's just, it's a good thing to do, basically. So what do you think about euthanasia? I'm sorry. Please leave your opinion in the comment section below, and of course rate the video if you enjoyed. And that was it for this week's episode of My Opinion On. I'm iLostLink, signing out.